Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show. Happy New Year's. I forgot to say it last night. But Happy New Year's. Hope everyone has a good 2026. I forgot to mention it last night, so I wanted to say it now. Now it's 2026. But here to recap the first three playoffs game, college football playoff quarterfinal games on this New Year's Day. First game I want to talk about is the Orange Bowl between the number 5 Oregon Ducks and number 4 Texas Tech Red Raiders. My lord, 23-0. Oregon beats Texas Tech. Pendeo face. I thought this could have been one of the best games this quarterfinal. Instead, it's probably going to end up being the most boring because this was a defensive battle. I'm not saying defensive battles are bad, but Texas Tech didn't even score. It was only 13-0 that when Baron Morton threw that interception in the end zone, a terrible pass from Baron Morton, a terrible read right there. But it was only 13-0 at that point. Texas Tech had a really good drive going. And then I think they ran the ball twice, didn't do anything, and Baron Morton throws a terrible pass right to Finney, Brandon Finney Jr., who, give him credit, the true freshman recorded 3 total takeaways. I believe he had 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery, so credit to him. But that was a dominant defensive performance by the Oregon Ducks. One of the most dominant defensive performances I can remember seeing for the Oregon Ducks, especially in the playoffs. Brandon Finney, I think, is going to be a star. Much was said about Texas Tech and their defensive line, but Oregon's defensive line was equally dominant. Dante Moore had a solid game, a solid outing. Besides that interception he threw, but he played. Well, actually, he didn't play solid. He played whatever. Dante Moore is ice cold for the most part. Besides that one interception, he was just whatever. But was an expected war in the trenches. I think it ended up 23-0 Oregon. It could have easily been 40-0. There was a few fourth downs Texas Tech didn't get, and Oregon just kicked field goals. And they finally got a touchdown at the end. But Baron Morton, just embarrassing. Texas Tech scored 0 points. James Madison scored 34 points. Everyone says, but there won't be blowouts in the playoffs, man. Sure. I mean, this wasn't a blowout, but it felt like it was. The only reason it was the final score was because they scored 10 points in the fourth quarter, but could have been more than that, honestly. But now this is a just ongoing trend. Like, I'm not using this as an excuse for these teams that were the first round bye, but they're now 0-6. It's becoming a trend, man. Like I guess these first round byes, you don't want a first round bye because there's been 6 games and all 6 of them have lost. First round byes maybe only work if it's a week off. 3 to 4 weeks is nearly a month off. It's just kind of ridiculous. But hopefully Indiana can change history because nobody wants to see Alabama win. But Lanning run up the score was a guarantee at the end. But the first move for Texas Tech, oh my lord, should be to get an elite portal quarterback. Like, this might be one of the worst offensive performances in college football playoff history. The first move for Texas Tech should be immediately go and get an elite portal quarterback. I don't know who you go and get, who's going to be out there, but surely somebody that's better than Baron Morton. Like, there can't be anybody worse. My concern in this game wasn't Texas Tech's defense. It was their offense, because their defense really played well. Like, they held Oregon to like 64 yards rushing. They didn't let Dante Moore have a big game. But Baron Morton lost in this game, plain and simple. Like, it was only 6-0 in the third quarter. Like, they were still in it. even though their offense wasn't doing much. But then a huge play. We'll give credit to that defensive end. Well, he got that interception, which was crazy, a crazy interception. I think it was a fumble. Somehow stripped the ball out, and they recovered it. And then one play later, a touchdown from Davison. And that just kind of felt like the icing on the cake with the way Texas Tech was playing offensively. That was a hell of a play. It reminds me of the David Pollock play. Remember, Georgia, I believe it was against South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken, where he got the ball, where he got that 0-yard interception for a touchdown. Kind of reminded me of that. But it's just kind of hard to say anything other than Baron Morton lost this game for Texas Tech. You having the most expensive team with a horrible quarterback is just objectively hilarious. He's had games where he's been good, but it's not like he's an elite quarterback, which you need at least a good quarterback in the playoffs. It just is what it is. Their defense kept him in it. The offense just never did shit. I mean, yeah, Oregon's defense was really good. I'm not going to say, but he just couldn't complete open screen passes. He couldn't complete check downs. I'll give Oregon their credit defensively. It's not like I'm saying they not giving them any credit. They played really well defensively. It's just me more shitting on Baron Morton for having an awful game. They have all this, all that money, $20-something million, and they have that shit at quarterback. Texas Tech's an elite defense and poor offense. Or I shouldn't say poor offense, but it's just not really that good. Like Oregon has a good defense and they have a pretty good offense. It's just I felt like they were playing too conservative offensively, and I felt like they didn't open it up as much because they didn't have to. With the way their defense was playing, they didn't have to play as aggressive offensively. I'll say that, but they went for it on fourth down like 6 times. Baron Morton just throws it short and went in the red zone into coverage. I don't even know what did he see on that play in the end zone. What the hell did he see? Throws it right to Brandon Finney on 3rd and goal. Pendale face. True freshman Brandon Finney. You know, maybe they should have started Will Hammond. Maybe. Look, Baron Morton has all year. What did he even see? What is he looking at? That oil money. That was the defense. Maybe jump them post game. But I will say for Texas Tech, there is a bright spot. I would say David Bailey, 29 pass rush snaps. He had 5 total pressures, 3 QB hits, 1 sack, 1 hurry, 3 run stops, 2 batted passes. He had a day. I'll say that. David Bailey was phenomenal defensively. Like the Red Raiders had quite a season. I applaud the efforts of their coaching staff, and talented student athletes. Well, not Baron Morton. He's not a talented athlete. But great game from the Oregon defense. Texas Tech averaged 445 yards and 38 points against Big 12 opponents, and Oregon held them to 215 yards and 0 points. And I believe 4 turnovers. That's the most they have since, I believe, 2023 at Texas Tech is what they showed in the graphic. So Oregon advances to the semifinals in the Peach Bowl. I don't remember who they play next. I don't have a bracket in front of me, so I don't know. We'll see later who they play. But yeah, let's go over the stat sheet here. Oregon improves to 13-1. They're the Orange Bowl champions, and they'll advance the college football playoff semifinal. They scored 23 points. They had 3 in the first quarter, 3 in the second quarter, 7 in the third quarter, 10 in the fourth quarter. You know, it's 6-0 out of halftime. Like, okay, maybe Texas Tech can make some adjustments offensively, but no. Oregon just dominated. That scored them 17-0 in the second half. 10 of those points come in the fourth quarter, but even then, it's 13-0, 23-0. Who cares? Dante Moore, 26-33, 234, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Jordan Davison, 15 runs, 42 yards, 2 touchdowns. Noah Whittington, 13 runs, 31 yards. Dyer Hill Jr., 3 runs, 13 yards. They only had 64 rushing yards on 47 carries, 1.4 carry, and 2 touchdowns. So that's the thing. It wasn't Texas Tech's defense that lost in this game. It's just that bum-ass quarterback. Jamari Johnson, 4 catches, 66 yards. Malik Benson, 5 catches, 51 yards. Jaden Lamar, 1 catch, 27 yards. Kenyon Sadiq, 4 catches, 22 yards. Jordan Davison, 3 catches, 21 yards. Kenyon Sadiq, 4 catches, 22 yards. Jeremiah McClellan, 2 catches, 13 yards. T-Tum to Tuioti, 1 catch, 11 yards. Oh, yeah, they had an 11-yard pass and a fake punt. Noah Whittington, 2 catches for 10 yards. Defensively, they had 4 sacks, 7 TFLs. Brandon Finney with 2 interceptions. He was phenomenal. Their field goal kicker, Spaddington, was 3 of 4 on field goals. But as for Texas Tech, man, number 4, they scored 0 points. They end their year 12-2. Had a phenomenal year, but it ends in the Orange Bowl. He had 0 in the first quarter, 0 in the second quarter, 0 in the third quarter, and 0 in the fourth quarter. Baron Morton, 18 of 32, 137, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Absolutely embarrassing performance from Baron Morton. Time to get a job at LinkedIn, buddy. The Texas Tech needs to bring a new quarterback in the transfer portal, and a good quarterback, or good or elite quarterback. Jacoby Williams, 13 runs, 81 yards, 6.2 carry. Cameron Dickey, 11 runs, 29 yards. Terrence Carter, 9 catches, 72 yards. Reggie Virgil, 2 catches, 29 yards. They had 2 fumbles. Cameron Dickey and Baron Morton lost both of them. Defensively, they had 2 sacks, 9 TFLs, but David Bailey had a really good day. Only positive. Ben Roberts with an interception. Stone Harrington, 0 for 1 on field goals. Let's go over their team stats, and then we'll call it a video, and then I'll get ready to watch Indiana, Alabama, and be here for the post-game of that one. But let's go over the team stats, and then we'll wrap it up. But yeah, man, I thought this could be one of the best playoff games of this round, and it turned out super boring. It was a defensive battle, which there's nothing wrong with it, but after all the high-scoring games I got yesterday, but, man. Oregon, they had 15 first downs, 4-19 on third down, 4 of 8 on fourth down. They went for it 8 times on fourth down, my God. And a fake punt. Dan Lanning's crazy. 309 total yards, 7 yards of pass, 64 rushing yards on 47 attempts, 1.4 carry, 3 penalties for 25 yards, 1 turnover with an interception. 38 missed time possession. Time possession's fucked up, so I'm not going to go over Texas Tech. 10 first down, 6-16 on third down, 0 for 3 on fourth down, 250 total yards. 4 yards of pass, 70 rushing yards on 30 attempts, 2.6 to carry, 6 penalties for 36 yards, 4 turnovers with 2 fumbles and 2 interceptions. But yeah, 23-0 your final score. Oregon gets the win and advances to semifinals. So it's really all I'll say. So leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Until next time, Alkalite. Peace. I'm going to upload this video, and then I'm going to watch Indiana, Alabama, and I'll be back here later for that one.